Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. I hope you're angry. You're gonna be. In the House of Lords today, Labour and the Lib Dems, the peers there, joined forces to vote down a Conservative amendment that would have ensured that sex offenders and domestic abusers face jail rather than suspended sentences. It would mean no more light touch, slap on the wrist. It would have meant that if you commit a sexual offence, you're going to jail. Well, the Lib Dems and the Labour peers decided no, they don't want that. They don't want sexual offenders going to jail. You have to wonder why. Presumably because so many of these people are exactly that. The change was proposed to the sentencing bill by the Tory peer, Lord Keane, and it aimed to make custodial sentences mandatory for these offenders, keeping them away from the victims and communities, keeping them away from vulnerable women and children. Instead, Labour and the Lib Dems rejected the amendment, meaning that judges do retain discretion over suspended sentences, even in cases involving serious sexual crimes or domestic abuse. Had this been in some time ago, it would mean the likes of certain newsreaders from Wales, looking at you, Hugh, wouldn't have been wandering the streets on a suspended sentence. They'd be in prison doing time where they need to be. The move comes just weeks, of course, after Labour published its violence against women and girls strategy, this underscoring a disconnect that critics are highlighting between the rhetoric of the Labour Party and the actions of the Labour Party. It seems that they want to talk a good game, but when it comes to it, they don't actually want to do it. Maybe Labour are pro sexual abuse of women and children. Maybe they are a bit, let's give them a back of a slap of the hand if they get uppity. Seems to be the case, especially among the Lords. I have to wonder why the Lords think that sexual abuse should be punishable by a suspended sentence. I mean, it should, in my opinion, but not that kind of suspended sentence. Anyway, Tory commentators seized on this. They accused the coalition of leniency and prioritising political argument and alignment ahead and over of public safety. Reform UK figures suggested tougher legislation is required. They themselves want to put whole life tariffs on these kind of crimes. Quite right too. But in fact, really, the Lords have basically just upheld judicial discretion over mandatory sentencing. But the optics are terrible. Labour, the party that says, it's okay, do what you like, you're just not going to prison. Thanks a lot.